Good afternoon. My name is Olle Hagelin. As you see, I work for Sony Mobile. I'm very honored to be here. I'm very honored to be in the book with the use case. I think I got to have a very different message looking at the previous speakers, really. But first, in the Japanese way, very humble way, I have to excuse for my English. But then, on the other hand, I'm a Swedish guy, so I always do my best years. The whole body, except my right knee, think so too, because that's not in my best years. You also see a lot of years over there, back on me. And that's, I just put it there, because what I have seen looking at social, if you just look at social, I would say it's useless. You have to put it in a context with the business. You have to understand the business. You have to understand the rest of the information you have to put it in the context. Because if you don't do that, it's just one piece. You have to put it together with everything else. Otherwise, I would say you can't use it. A little bit harsh, but that's my viewpoint. But you can't do this yourself. You need someone to help you. If we should have done this ourselves, we would still be shells in this. We have used Integrasco. They worked with us since 2005, and they are really good using social and do the dirty work for us. So when they're ready with their work, we can really start doing our work. Social for us is listening. I just use it for listening. I don't provide any information out to customers. I just listening to the customers. I listen to all interactions we have with the customers when they come back to us, independent which source it is. So what happens yesterday, I know today, from the whole world. And social is a big part of that, and you're going to see how big it is very soon. But why are we doing this? It's three main reasons. First, we really want to catch issues fast. If we have a little small problem, we want to see it as fast as possible so we can act on it and stop it before it becomes a real issue and we start losing money on it. The other one is coverage. Social is covering the whole world. And it's uncolored. It's no one asking a question to consumers, what do you think about this or that? They just say what they want. Perfect. And then, last, I want it without spending too much money. So if you look at it, I want it fast, coverage, cheap. Fast, coverage, cheap. Remember that. And then if you look at this, we're starting with coverage. This little small light green bulb, as you see, that is what Integrasco look at on internet, and that's not everything. But in this, you probably have cars, insurance, finance, I don't care about that. I want to know what is my business. So we asked them to clean it a bit. So they sort this out. This is what we look in social media. And it was what we saw contain not just mobile, but telecommunications in the bigger sense. In this is part of our own sources. But we also have the little green bubble is our contact center's free text, where we also hand over to Integrasco, which they clean and use the same tools to do text mining on. So we can get both the social and what company or consumers write about this. And it's a marvelous tool for us, really. Then we have, of course, other internal sources, but as you see, social is by far the biggest. Far biggest. The issue in, I would say, most of the companies, though, is most of the decisions is on the little small blob you don't even see. That is what most companies base the decisions on, because it's easy to understand information. And here you see why I say you have to put everything in context, otherwise it's useless. Then I want it cheap. It's social for free. As everyone knows, it's nothing like a free lunch, sorry to say. But what do we pay for? Yes, as I said, we have this big wild world with a lot of different languages, cultures, religions, ages, nerds, grandmothers that writes in social. And how do we have someone to tap this up in a little bit smaller format? Did it come up? No. Press again. There. So we can, it's not big enough that we really can drink it every day, see it, understand it. We used Integrasco for this. They also provide us with a lot of reports. It could be weekly, monthly, quarterly, or they phone us if something really dangerous things showing up. And this we use, and this is what we pay for, to clean it. It's a lot of dirty work. I can't explain it because I really don't know how they do it, but it's very good work they do. This is the starting point for us working with this within Sony Mobile. We take that, we take what we have in other medias and other sources, we take our history, and I think you should never forget your history and what have happened with the products before. Where the large bit of brain, I would say, use your intelligence, and I say common sense. Because if you look at this, you really have to think of, not just look at the numbers, you have to understand what did the consumer do, what happened here. Because you have to understand where the consumer was when you look at it, because otherwise you could take the wrong decisions. Doing this, we try to figure out how will this affect us as a company. It could be many, many different ways. It could be leading to repairs, annoyance, and many different things. When you do this, you look at it, and you try to understand how it will affect. It could be in loss of sales, or warranty cost, or returns, whatever you say. And then you put up proposed actions. If you don't fix this, it will cost us this much. If we don't fix this, we will lose this much sales. Then I don't have the opportunity to take the decision what we should do. Someone else do that. Sometimes the information is good enough to act on directly. Sometimes, or very often, they come back, okay, we start an improvement work on this. Then we go out back, doing all these sources, and it could be like, okay, we have a problem with Wi-Fi. And then we're trying to find out, what did the consumer do exactly when they had the problem? Which routers is mostly described? What is the firmware in the router to understand what we should do? Because it could be just as easy to tell the consumer, you have updated the router, it's not the phone is wrong. Or it could be go to the engineering, we have to fix this software in the phone so it also covers this router. Does it then really contain anything of value, this big blob of social media? I would say yes. You can see the numbers behind me. That's just 2012. 15,000 unique issues found through 400 categories in 35 products. I think it's amazing. And it's there. You have to look at it. You have to listen. You don't have to do anything. You can sit on your and just listening. I think it's amazing. I don't know how many millions companies spend, maybe some of you are not man on this, so sorry for that, to do investigations, to do surveys. Get someone that helps you to listen, and just start to listen. We have also seen that in this, take one more. It's very good correlation sometimes to returns, sometimes not. It's always good correlation to what people write in media and what people call in. And this is something, just that is a knowledge in say. But this is something you learn over the years. What should I act on? It's very often, Wi-Fi had as an example, is almost never go back as a return. But you're really pissed off that it doesn't work. I shouldn't say too much. ROI then. Yeah, you discussed that a lot. I can't disclose any number, as you understand. But twice during these 4 years, it's two really, really clear occasions where changed communications to consumers made a lot of sales. The first one was just going out and telling consumers what type of strategy we have regarding updating to different new Android cookies. The sales stopped all over the world because we couldn't communicate. We communicate and the sales started again. Very, very easy. Not on the product they complained about, but the coming products. That's very important. Usually you don't affect the thing in front of you, you affect the future. Even the second one is the same, but there was an issue with that we didn't say it was an issue. Then we said, yeah, we agree, it's an issue. We didn't sell a phone in Germany for a couple of weeks. Then we did this. The sales went to the roof. Did it cost us anything? Yes, a few returns. But acknowledge that consumers are intelligent beings is very valuable. No, I don't have much time left. More tangible then. This is just for my department. When I should do this type of investigation, as I talked about, going down and looking into Wi-Fi, really down to the details, it would take me 4 days before. Now I do it in 1 day. It's a saving of 75%, and the result is at least 5 times better. The last one, it's say faster response time. I would say I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have these tools I have and the social media, because I wouldn't have the manpower. Now I can find the answer on the question within an hour instead of in a day. Thank you very much.
Tuesday.org.uk. Don't network, be the